Strangers on the internet start asking the same question every week. The question is this: should I stay in accounting or should I go? Public accounting is not broken, it's magnificent. Leaving public accounting is not leaving accounting. Let me stress this again. At this point matters because you've got your qualifications, you've got your experience, not even close. You can move into industry. Why are so many people questioning public accounting? A lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are getting hired in. There's a drive to keep graduates coming in and taking accounting majors. It's just not for everyone. For me, a career in accounting is still one of the smartest moves you can make. Firms are taking on grads now and smart people with engineering, business analysis majors and computer science majors. A lot of the accounting side of it, the attesting, that can be done by AI, can be done by other people in the firm. But I never took a career in accounting. For one reason or another, I find myself drawn back to the profession and the wonderful people in it. The gloves are off for this one because you know when a profession is under pressure, when strangers on the internet start asking the same question every week. And in accounting, the question is this: should I stay in accounting or should I go? We've got a very healthy YouTube channel and it seems to be the big thing people are talking about, whether you're at the beginning, should I choose a career in accounting? You've been in accounting a few years, it's just not all you thought it would be. The dream is not being realized, or you're mid-career in accounting. You've been 10, 20, 30 years and you're thinking, is this how I want to end up? It shows up constantly in our YouTube channel. People write things like this: I can't survive another busy season. Is it normal to feel like a job is crushing me in the way it is? I love accounting, but I hate public accounting. We'll go into that. Does it ever get better or do I need to escape? So I'm sat down for this one, all guns blazing. I am an advocate for the career of accounting. I'm a former high school math teacher. I took a degree in accounting. I have a diploma. So I never took a career in accounting, but for one reason or another, I find myself drawn back to the profession and the wonderful people in it. Not just practicing accountants, but the ecosystem around it, the coaches, the consultants, the trainers, the influencers, the experts, the tech solutions, the software vendors. Accountants are wonderful. And particularly during COVID, we saw how they were superheroes and without capes, but they were shoulders to cry on. They were coaches, they were therapists, they were psychiatrists, helping businesses keep the lights on, and they did a wonderful job. But nobody's denying that the role is changing and there's a huge amount of pressure. So this episode is for you. If you're thinking any of the things that I've mentioned, then the good news is you're not alone. Public accounting or public practice, private practice, for those of you outside North America, it is a very tough environment when it comes to the entire profession. The hours, the cycles, the deadlines, the constant client pressure, changing expectations, the learning curves, the staff shortages. It's a heavy mix. And maybe you're at a smaller firm, you might feel it a little bit more in that there's less scope for you to do what you want to do. If you're in a mid-tier or a larger firm, there are constraints and possibilities there too. But at all stages of the profession and in all size, private firms, public firms, I am hearing some people saying this. So if it's you, tune in. If you're a seasoned veteran and you're wondering if you're still with your forever firm, tune in. It's going to be an interesting show. So here's the truth that nobody says out loud. Public accounting is not the same thing as accounting. So let's just get that straight. It's a slice of the profession. It's one environment. It's one business model. It's one way of using your accounting qualifications. So leaving public accounting doesn't mean leaving accounting altogether. Some people think, I don't like accounting. It's not. It's just the firm that you're in. It's just the practice that you're in. It's just the environment that you're in. It doesn't mean giving up on your career. It doesn't mean that you failed. It's just waking up to a kind of environment that you actually thrive in. That's what you want. You want to look forward to going into work. It's being engaged by what you're doing. Now, yes, some of the work is tough. Some of the hours are tough. It's going to be the same in many jobs. I get that. But public accounting has its own specific recipe that we bake that comes out, a cake comes out of the oven. I've got to get my analogy right here. The cake that you're baking is sometimes not worth all the effort that goes into it. So let's see if we can put this right a little bit, because I want to break it down properly. No platitudes, no grit your teeth for a few more years. No, keep chained to your desk for another 15 years and you might make partner and get a payout. There is no pressure to leave accounting on this show. There is no pressure to stay in accounting in this show. I happen to think it's one of the most amazing careers, but I just want to give you clarity and context on the decisions that might be going through your head right now in shaping your future. So question is, why are so many people questioning public accounting? A lot of people are getting laid off. A lot of people are getting hired in. There's a drive to keep graduates coming in and taking accounting majors. But let's call it what it is. Public accounting is intense. And there are three big reasons people are wanting out. This comes out in our threads, in our YouTube channel. And funnily enough, YouTube is where most podcasts are sourced and consumed these days. You think it was an audio channel, but it's very much a visual thing, which is why I record the visual element right here and put in a bit of B-roll footage just to spice it up. But the number one reason people want out of public accounting is the workload. Busy season, not just busy, it's overwhelming. It pushes people past their limits and it catches up with you after a few years because you just get one out of the way and another one comes along. I had it when I was back teaching. In the work during term time or semester time would be intense. And then you get the holidays and you spend the first half of the holiday decompressing from what you've done in the classroom. And you spend the last half of the holiday getting stressed about what's coming up when you finally go back and into the classroom. And in the UK particularly, we have long summer holidays, 5-6 weeks, and that is a really good time for teachers to unwind. And it's a lot of reason why people stay in the profession, but it's relentless. And I get that with busy seasons. Now, not all countries have busy seasons. We have dates and deadlines and things like that. And accountants, like teachers, run to a timetable like that. But goodness me, it pushes you past your limits and it does catch up with you. And after every busy season, you probably say, I don't want to go through that again. Now, some firms are getting this right. Some firms are getting on top of the automation and the processes and managing client expectations and everything else, but many are not. So that's the first reason people look at getting out. The second reason is a lack of control, a lack of autonomy, a lack of having your hands on the steering wheel of your own destiny. So you don't choose these deadlines. You don't choose these busy seasons. You don't always choose your clients. Sometimes you can. You don't choose your working hours. You stay there until the work is done. And for ambitious people, for progressive people, this lack of control becomes a real breaking point. I understand that. So that one's in play. The third is the nature of the work in public accounting is changing. I'm doing a series right now called Accounting Reflections 2025, and I'm interviewing 50 people. Some of them are in firms, some of them work for estate societies and professional associations. Some of them are in the vendor space, but I'm asking them the same 5 questions. What's defined the year and what's coming up 2026? And a few questions around that. But yes, the nature of the work is changing. That's coming out as a theme. AI is removing a lot of the entry-level tasks. Offshoring is shrinking the middle. And advisory is the growth engine of the profession. Now, not many public accountants are into advisory. They know it's the future, and they know clients more and more are asking for it, but it's been a compliance-based business for so many years, and that takes a lot of adjustment. So if advisory is the growth engine of the profession, public accountants are stuck doing the least strategic work in the most stressful environment. So the compliance work is not strategic, but you're stuck doing that because that's the bread and butter, that's the backbone, that's where a lot of the money has come in. And unless you're getting trained to do advisory work, unless you've got the skills to price it, package it, deliver it, unless you've got the commercial acumen and the business skills and the future thinking consultative approach, it's difficult to transition. So you're doing compliance work by and large in a very stressful environment, and it's not strategic necessarily, it's not rewarding. So it basically speaks to the way the work is changing. Now, leaving public accounting is not leaving accounting. Let me stress this again. At this point matters because it doesn't mean having to leave the profession altogether. You've got your qualifications, you've got your experience, so not even close. You can move into industry. You can move into corporate accounting. You can move into FP&A. You can move into an internal audit unit or a compliance unit. And you can move into finance teams in industry and business. You can move into data roles. You can move into advisory or consulting. You can move into technology. You can become a fractional or an independent. You can start your own firm with your own rules. You can stay in accounting. All of that's on the table. A career in accounting is a wonderful thing. So it's stable. It's respected, it's global, it gives you options, it gives you mobility, it gives you credibility, and you're not boxed in unless you allow yourself to be boxed in. And I definitely don't want that for you. The problem is really in the accounting profession itself. It's usually the environment. Some firms are brilliant places to grow. Some firms badge themselves as the forever firm. I worked with a brilliant firm in North Carolina, BRC, Bernard Robinson and Company. And everyone in there had stayed a long time. They'd resisted the temptation to go to places because once you check in, you never check out because they make it such a great working environment. Some teams are great places to learn, great places to grow, great people to be around. Some partners are outstanding leaders, managers, bosses, but not all. And this is the problem, isn't it? And people often leave public accounting even when they love accounting itself because of the environment and the people and the bosses and the working conditions or the slow tech, whatever it is. So, to give you some practical hope and advice to finish this off, I'm going to give you 5 questions to decide if you're wavering, if you're on the fence, if you're not sure, if you're a little bit disillusioned, or if you're thinking, should I come into accounting or should I stay? So, question number one, before you decide, it's this: are you burned out or are you bored? Because burnout feels like a collapse. I get that, but boredom is just untapped potential. So, these point to different decisions, different actions that you got to make. So, think about that. And you could chat GPT this, can't you? Put it in, should I go or should I stay in my accounting job? Number two, are you running away from something or towards something? Because a move with purpose is powerful and a move made in panic is not. So they taught us this at the churches I've been in over the years. They say, don't leave one church unless you've got another church to go to. If you're disillusioned with God and you want to tune out of church altogether, then fine, that's one thing. But if you just don't like the church because of the environment or the worship, or you don't like the pastor, or you don't like the preaching, or you don't like the coffee, whatever it is, some people leave church and they don't go anywhere else, or they don't have a place to go to. But it's important that you end well and begin well. So have somewhere else to go to. So by this question, are you running away from something or towards something? If you are considering getting out, don't just leave something bad with nowhere to go. You've got to start coming up with something that will pull you into a new season, a new reason to be hopeful. So move towards something because that gives you purpose. A move made out of panic and disillusionment is just going to put you on the scrap heap. Number three, have you experienced public accounting outside busy season? If the busy times are all you know, and if it's always busy, then you've got a problem. But many people judge the entire profession on the worst few weeks of the year. Maybe you're thinking of going into accounting and you're reading about busy season and overload and overwhelm and burnout, and that's what you're judging it on, and it's affecting your decision. So get some perspective. You've got to look at the wider year. Number four, are you still learning? Are you still growing? Sometimes if the learning stopped or you feel stuck or you're not being invested in, you're not being coached, you're not being mentored, you're not being given the development opportunities that you want, the chance to try new things, if that's not happening for you, then you've got a problem. Even if the firm is good, things like that get shut down. And the fifth question is the problem the work or the firm? Sometimes you love audit, tax, assurance, but you don't love your manager or your culture or the workload. That distinction matters. So think about the work, or think about the environment, the people. What is it that's switching you off? These are all really good self-reflective questions. If you stay in public accounting, fantastic. If you stay in practice, that's great. Staying can be a great move. If you have some control over your development and your visibility, we always talk a lot on the show on stay visible, stay vocal, stay in the game, stay relevant, stay informed, stay branded, stay networked. This gives you career choice. It gives you career capital. And that's important, whether you stay or whether you go. If you stay, it gives you more choice and control and cachet and kudos and capital to bargain a better situation with. If you want to go outside, start your own firm, do something else, it gives you a great stuff on your resume. It makes you employable, makes you promotable. So staying can be a great move. If you're going to stay, build a reputation, not a job description. Public accounting rewards people who communicate well, who share insights well, who give context, who are influential. So if you're going to stay, build your reputation and your personal brand. Don't just build expertise in a particular area, because technically good experts are all over the place. Another thing to consider is learn your advisory skills and your soft skills and your people skills and your communication skills, because the market is shifting towards advice and strategy, not tactics. So get ahead of that curve. All these interviews I'm doing, I'm reflecting on the year, and particularly the Inside Public Accounting podcast that I co-host with Chelsea Summers. All of the data shows that advisory is going to come the big thing, and it's going to inoculate you against artificial intelligence. And the other thing you can do is treat capacity as a leadership skill. What do I mean by that? Well, you can't control every deadline, but you can control your planning, your management of it, your emotional state of it, your visibility, the way you handle yourself during it, the way you prepare for it. You don't make legislation. You can't change the deadlines of busy season in and of yourself. But look, if you are going to leave accounting, specifically public accounting, leave well, leave calmly, leave with your professional relationships intact, leave with somewhere to go. Leave with gratitude, not frustration, because it has served you well, hopefully. Leave with clarity, and not confusion. So you've got clear direction for the next season of your life. Leave with your network. Don't burn bridges. Don't leave with a blank page, and leave with skills, not scars. ChatGPT came up with that one. Leave with skills, not scars. You could be emotionally damaged. And I've seen some people leave church this way because it is a home, isn't it? It's a family. It's where you live for a season and you spend a lot of time there with those people. So you do get scars, you do get hurt, particularly by the people that should be caring for you. So leave well, leave with skills, not scars. The final word, public accounting is not broken. It's magnificent. It's just not for everyone. And it might just be for you for a season. You might do 5, 10, 20 years, go on to something else. It's intense, yes, but it is also a launch pad for many other great careers and opportunities. So for me, a career in accounting is still one of the smartest moves you can make. And you don't necessarily need to take a major in accounting. Firms are taking on grads now and smart people with engineering and business analysis majors and computer science majors and all other kinds of majors, because a lot of the accounting side of it, the attesting, that can be done by AI. It can be done by other people in the firm. It's a great launch pad for great careers. It ages well. It opens doors in every sector. It's stable. It's a smart career move. If you stay in with intention. If you leave, then leave with a purpose. Leave for the right reasons. Your career has enormous upside if you choose your environment wisely and you shape that environment. This is Accounting Voices, the podcast. I'm Rob Brown. Join the Accounting Voices newsletter on LinkedIn. You can check all of these Accounting Reflections 2025 interviews I'm doing on our Accounting Voices LinkedIn company page, and subscribe on YouTube, where you can join thousands of other professionals. We debate these issues every week. The career is yours to design. Have a great day.